Hello, everybody. Welcome to Music Talk Mondays. This is a weekly podcast where we talk about all things related to music. So, whether we be talking about our favorite artists, bands, instruments, songs, albums, soundtracks, and much more, this is the show to go to for all that content. I'm your host, Eddie Lamb. We are live on Twitch, on TikTok, and also on YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this podcast where we talk about all things related to music. But of course, before we get on to our program, we have to give thanks, first of all, to those who have supported my content through PayPal donations, subscribing to my social media, and all the other stuff. So with that, I thank you. So just to get down to business, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the show. I am so glad you guys have decided to stay in tonight just to listen to what I have to say. And yeah, and so this is how the format goes. So we're going to start off with doing our topic discussion first. And then after that, then we do open Q&A from you guys, the audience. So make sure you hang on to your questions first. I know you guys have some burning questions for me, but please hold on to that. We will do that after we do our topic discussion of the day, and then we will go from there. So, of course, I have an official website. If you want to stay in touch with me, it's eddielandmusic.ca. That's my official website. I also have social media, so if you guys are on Twitch right now and YouTube looking at this, so I got Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And it's all under the username Eddie Lamb Music. That's my handle. And of course, to all you people who've shared my social media platform, I thank you for that. You guys have done such amazing work to get the word out there. Of course, we all know about the good news on TikTok. I now have over 20,000 followers. 20,000 people have subscribed to my TikTok channel. But again, it's all thanks to you guys for doing that, just for getting the word out there and just being so supportive, basically. So thank you guys so much for being so kind and generous just to spread my content around. I'm so glad that we have this really great community of music lovers who just love to do this, just to learn from each other, talk about all things related to music. I think it's great. We have a really awesome platform, guys, and I think this is only going to grow even more. So if you want to support my platforms financially, I do accept donations through PayPal. And of course, it's paypal.me/AlineMusic. That's my PayPal address. You can also go to my Patreon if you want to do things such as, if you want me to do birthday shout-outs, other video greetings for friends, family, whoever. I can do that on Patreon as well, and I can post that content on there exclusively for all the patrons. So just let me know. I would love to create some nice content for you guys and all that. So, FNAF Weirdos on TikTok says, love your vids, my man. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for enjoying my videos. I'm really glad you enjoy all the content I've posted. Well, of course, I got a co-host request, but unfortunately, because I'm broadcasting on 3 different platforms, unfortunately, I cannot I don't have a way to be able to have both the TikTokers and the people on Twitch and YouTube to be able to hear that. So my apologies ahead of time on that, folks. But of course, if you guys do join my TikTok and I do try to go live on it just for the fun of it, I would love to co-stream with you guys. It would be awesome. It will happen. I also do live streams once in a while on Instagram as well. Whether it be I'm performing or I'm just hanging out with you guys, showing you guys behind the scenes stuff, I would love to do that. But of course, in the meantime, I will try to figure out a way to maybe have different people co-star with me, special guest star with me on Music Talk Mondays somehow. I will figure that out. I always try my best to figure out the tech side of things and make it work. But of course, folks, your patience is much appreciated. We will make it work somehow in the near future. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining this weekly podcast that I do each week. And we're not going to waste any more time. We are going to dive right into today's topic. And this one is not the happiest topic. It really means a lot to me personally because I've been affected by this many times with myself being in the music scene here in Vancouver, Canada for years. Many, many, many years. So if you guys don't know about the recent news in our music scene in Vancouver, Canada, the venue Cottage Bistro, recently known being called Hood 29, but we've all known that venue as the Cottage Bistro. That venue, unfortunately, has closed its doors, or I guess is closing its doors pretty soon. But it basically, overall, it's just really sad news to hear that this venue is going away for good. It's on sale right now, so they're looking for buyers for this venue. But this was such a huge kick in the gut for me because I've spent a lot of time playing at that venue. When I first, actually, let me show you guys the picture. If you're on Twitch or on YouTube, you'll see this picture. So here it is. This is a picture of the Cottage Bistro venue. These are a few pictures here. So we got the stage, we got the outdoor part of the venue, and of course the dining tables and all that. Someone is saying that I look like Elon Musk. Probably like an Asian Elon Musk. He's kind of got my haircut, right? Sort of. I used to have that long emo hair back in the day, but anyways. But continue on. So Cottage Bistro is honestly something that has helped me during my musical journey. This was a very, very great venue. And I first went to this venue back when I was in my early 20s. I wanted to get myself out there in the music scene, and I've learned about open mic nights that were happening around town. I've always been used to, going to blues jams in downtown Vancouver, but I want to do something more than that. I want to expand my horizons, really explore who I am as a musician. So I've looked up on the internet, and I read that there is open mic night at the Cottage Bistro, and that was a great opportunity that has changed my life forever as a musician. I've met many great people at this venue. I've made a lot of good friends on there. And, it's like I was a part of a community, a really awesome community at that venue specifically. There was no judgment. It was honestly like a very encouraging venue. Even if you were a beginner, I just remember going to that open mic night at the time. My friend's band, Kick in the Eye, they're like this really cool couple that would be amazing hosts, and it's just cool to be a part of something where you feel very welcomed. They didn't care how good your skills were. The Cottage Bistro venue was the venue that helped me get through such a cool adventure for me musically, and helped me just get through personal things I face in life. I was busy staying at university, post-secondary. I was also working during that time too, and I was juggling a lot. But going to the Cottage Bistro was one of the many cool venues on Main Street in Vancouver that has got me through so much things. It helped me forget about life for a while and just go out and play music with other people, talk to different kinds of people, and it was awesome. Basically, this was a very awesome venue that has been a huge part of my life, and I will never forget it. And as you can see from this picture here, if you're watching on Twitch and YouTube, This is really cool stage, right? It's a really awesome stage. But I'll tell you this: this was one of the very few venues that actually had instruments provided. You see, if you're an independent musician, it all depends which town you're in. Not all venues have equipment provided for musicians. Not all. And I had to learn the hard way before, too. It sucks. Anyways, but Cottage Bistro was one of those rare venues in Vancouver that had all this amazing gear provided for the musicians to use. So they had everything: guitar amps, bass amps, electric piano, a drum kit, and a really cool sound system. So I felt like a kid in the candy store going to this venue. Like I say, no, not a whole lot of venues in my town of Vancouver provide these things. I mean, I can understand why. It's probably costly, right? But anyways, it was just knowing that I could just go in there and not have to worry so much about hauling in so much gear and everything. Like, it was great. I had a great time there. I did not just go just for the open mic nights, but I also went to organize shows of my own as well, and it was just such a great time. I've been to jams, I've been to open mics there, and the memories were just outstanding. And I just love the setup, the way it's designed and everything. And of course, I want to give big props to the owner, who's Eugene, who's been so supportive of all the musicians that needed a place to play. And Eugene was so generous enough to allow that to happen. And he has been a great supporter for the live music scene, especially on the Main Street side of Vancouver, Canada. So this is such a So as we all know, later on, if you followed this venue, Cottage Bistro did rebrand it to being called Hood 29. Just rebranding news that I read, and which makes sense because it was on Main and 29th area of Main Street. So it rebranded that. But of course, like we all knew as a Cottage Bistro, especially with all us veteran music scene people in town. So, like I said, when I got the news recently that Cottage Bistro, the venue itself, Hood 29, was closing its doors, like I said, this was a huge kick in the gut for me. I was I would say I was very devastated about the news, because like I said, for someone like myself who's played there and made a lot of friends there, including my friend Mark Rossini, Eric, all those people. Oh yeah, of course, the band Lotus, Kick in the Eye, of course, like I mentioned before, all those people. I felt like I was in such a really awesome, welcoming community, and like I said, to see a venue like that go away, it's been really hard. It's such a huge kick in the gut for me. But I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there, all you listeners, all you viewers out here, who probably have faced such similar stories. If you're not from Vancouver, you must have experienced venue closures, and you must have been hit really hard with it. All the sadness comes in, and you just don't know what to do, right? You feel like there's a huge part of you that's missing something. And another venue that did close down in Vancouver was about over a year plus ago, the venue 333, which was on Clark and Hastings in Vancouver, Canada. It was one of the very few all ages venues that was our go-to to watch shows and to also play shows for us musicians. My band Cry of Silence, we've played 333 quite a few times. I remember the last time I played here was in 2019, and I had the time of my life. So many people there. I met new followers because of that show. We were playing with Chief State and some other great musicians that were there. It was such a fun time, but again, that was one of the venues that unfortunately bit the dust. Now, I don't want to go on this long rant, however, about how Vancouver's losing a lot of venues and all that. Of course, we acknowledge that has been quite the issue for quite some time, but I don't want to get too much into that. To talk about why it's been why it's been shutting down, because there's a lot of discussions about that already on other parts of the internet, and I feel like I don't really to give too much on. Venue closes down. How do we feel? How do musicians usually feel when they're favorite places? But I find that when something like that goes away, you feel discouraged because oh crap, there's like less places to play now, which means there's less opportunities for me to really showcase myself. Like, what do I do? Because some of us musicians, or most of us, I would say, we thrive on playing live shows, right? Of course, just to go back here though, so Cottage Bistro has. It will close its doors pretty soon, or maybe it has already closed its doors. But again, it is due to COVID-19, the pandemic. So of course, that's a very understandable situation. Unfortunately, a lot of venues are facing these closures because of the pandemic, and which affects the economy and all that stuff. So it is a very harsh reality. But so even pre-COVID, venues have shut down in the past, and there's different reasons why. But of course, again, like I said, we won't get too much into that. There's always various stories of why venues do close down. But how does it affect us, right? We're going back to that discussion right now. How does this affect us musicians? Well, it's discouraging. So like I said, point number one, there's less opportunities for musicians like us to play live on stage. We've always thrived on playing in front of a crowd. We thrive on playing in front of our friends, our other followers who just play and enjoy our music, and our families. Like we live on that. We get this amazing feeling when you play a very solid show. All the people that you care about are in the audience cheering for you, and even new potential fans too. And that's always a fun part of playing live shows. But with the venue being gone, you feel like that is kind of it's taken away from you. That's the sad part of it. So the other point I want to make is, why are venue closures discouraging? Well, point number two, it's missed opportunities for potential memorable moments. If you had that one go-to venue when you're playing shows, you loved it because you had great memorable moments there, right? You had amazing moments where you're like, this is so awesome. When you look at that venue, you associate that with all the fun times you've had, right? You associate with all the amazing things that have happened. The magic, the chemistry with your bandmates, the connection with your audience members. But that place is taken away, right? It's gone. And you were hoping, you're hoping you have all the woulda, shoulda, coulda, like what would have happened if that venue was still around, right? It's like, oh, we could have opened for these guys. Oh, we could have brought so-and-so to join our bill and play this show here. We all think about that kind of stuff, but it's very, it can be very discouraging because you really do want to create more moments, right? You always had all these different ideas to brainstorm, right? To brainstorm and wanting to make this work. How do we make this work? But, of course, with it being gone, now we have to worry about, what's going to happen, right? I just want to say hello to Super Shady 4444. Of course, hello to Jules. Both of these guys are cool followers of mine on my social media, on TikTok and on Instagram. So hello, welcome to the show, guys. So, but going back, yes, venue closures are such a very discouraging thing to go through. It's especially your favorite ones too, right? Favorite venues that you lose. It's like the most disappointing thing to ever face, as both a musician and as a fan. Yeah, if you're one of those people that love going to shows too, it's a huge kick in the gut for you, right? Which leads to my next point. What makes venue closures discouraging? You're missing a part of your music scene community. Because the venue, if you've had a lot of good memories at that venue, and that it's gone, it feels like that part of you is missing. And that's what I felt when I got the news that Cottage Bistro was missing. yeah, that because that venue was gone, and so uh, it was just very it's just unfortunate to to go through something like this. But of course, like, but that shows you how good the venue was. Oh, sorry. B Dub on TikTok says, thank you for your videos. No problem, B Dub. I really appreciate you enjoying my videos. And thanks for popping by my podcast today. I really appreciate that. Going back to my point here. So so there's a missing piece of the music community. Basically, whenever your favorite place shuts down, you're just like, man, I've always had such good moments here, and now it's gone. And there's nothing else to say about that. It is, it gets really depressing. I know right now it sounds like I'm doing like a huge rant here, but don't worry. It's going to lead to some potential solutions that may help you guys. So hang in there. Hang in there. We can get through this tough part. So actually, yeah, this leads up to my next point as well. Venue closures can be discouraging because the venue was a huge chapter of your life. Again, like I said, the great experiences. We feel that often when you go to a place and you have good experience, you often affiliate good times with that venue because when you have that awesome experience, it builds up your confidence. You actually connect with a great community of people who have common interests, and so in this case, music. And you feel like you're on top of the world because of this place, right? And often you know that when you go to this venue, you're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time. You enjoy the food. You enjoy the beverages there. All that stuff, right? Well, and that's the thing too. It feels like, not only does it feel like you're missing a piece of your community, it just feels like you're missing a chapter of your life that really built who you were. It built up who you are as a person today. So in this case, in my story here, like Cottage Bistro really, its closure really it was depressing for me because it really helped build who I am as a musician today. This is why it's just so sad to hear the story about such a cool venue closing down. Now, I don't want to get too much into this whole depressing rant about this. Again, it may seem like I'm ranting, but don't worry. This actually leads to a new approach to this, or I guess a potential solution. How do we overcome this? Oh, sorry, Chris Michaels says, love your guitar videos. Thank you, Chris Michaels. Thanks for tuning into my podcast. Thanks for enjoying my TikTok videos. I really appreciate you enjoying my content. Be sure to tell your friends and family about it. Thank you. Chris Michaels, everybody. Chris Michaels on TikTok. Okay, so let's go to that next chapter of notes here. How do we overcome the loss of music venues? Well, hit my microphone by accident there. So how do we overcome this? Well, there's a few points that I think would be very helpful. Hopefully they help you guys too, but let's go over it first. So first of all, one way we could actually overcome loss of music venues is this. Well, especially today during this pandemic, we stay in touch with communities, with your local communities through social media groups. So that's one step right there. If you don't have social media, at least, if you can sign up for like an email group, or at least you can create one yourself too if you want to. But social media groups, email groups, whatever, they can help you stay in touch of updates in our local scene. So you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram chat rooms, I guess. You can use Reddit. Stay in touch with different people on those platforms. And maybe there may be somebody out there who knows the inside information about potential venues that may be opening that will be open to live music, which means you can create some new beginnings for yourselves. So, using the internet to actually stay in touch with your fellow community members in the music scene will help. I mean, of course, like I said before, yes, venues are a huge part of our lives as musicians, but it's not just a venue, though, that makes a community. It's us. It's the people. It's the musicians. It's the music lovers, the fans who come to your shows. It's the staff of the venues. You know, the people. They actually are the ones that help make this music scene happen. So, point number 2. So again, point number 1, stay in touch with your local communities, right? Social media, email list, Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Do your best to stay in touch with each other because, especially with this pandemic happening right now, we need each other more than ever. Point number 2, keep supporting your fellow musicians as well. So this includes buying their merch, including their CDs, t-shirts, underwear, no, just kidding, hoodies, keychains, all that stuff, stickers, and of course, donate to their live streams right now because pandemic season is pretty much all about musicians doing live streams for the moment. But yes, if you do have some musical friends that you support so much whose music you enjoy, please make sure you help them out financially somehow if you can, to the best of your abilities, because it helps. Every little thing helps them, and it gives them a lot of encouragement and hope, and helps them keep doing what they love. So even if we cannot meet at live venues right now, we can still support each other virtually somehow. The next point is, how do we overcome loss of music venues? Well, here's a way. And this can happen, of course, post-COVID-19. Network with other venue owners and managers and other staff members to create potential musical opportunities. I'll say that again. One of the ways you can also overcome the loss of a music venue is to network with other venue owners, managers, staff members to create potential musical opportunities. Sometimes maybe you might find the news about an upcoming venue that's being built. Have a look at that place. Maybe talk to the people there, the people who work there, and ask them, hey, look, is there a way we can actually create something awesome for the live music community? Can we make something happen? There's a few people here in my hometown who've done a bang up job, actually, creating a space in a venue, whether it be cafes or restaurants or whatever, rehearsal spaces, wherever, even a friend's basement, to create a place to have live music happen. So I really hope that after this, the COVID-19 pandemic is all settled down and everything, that there will be opportunities for live music to happen at maybe not your usual places, right? It could be at some cafe that you never knew would have it. It could be at a friend's basement that is generous to have people over. It could be at a cool rehearsal studio of some kind that can allow it. It could be at an upcoming pub that can have a great space and atmosphere for live music as well. You never know. But this is where you need to keep your eyes open for that. Keep your ears open for that kind of stuff, which connects really well with my first point about staying in touch with your community through social media groups and emails and stuff. That connects well with that. My point about network with other venue owners and managers, have them be a part of that community as well, maybe. Just to create different opportunities in the future. Like I say right now, of course, we can't do this kind of stuff for obvious reasons due to COVID, the coronavirus. But, of course, right now, even at this point, this is still an opportunity to, find a way to live stream yourself playing even. Maybe you can find a place, maybe you can turn your rehearsal studio into a place for you to live stream yourself if noise is not an issue. Because sometimes, if you try to live stream yourself at the at your rehearsal studio, you might get like sounds from other bands next door, playing really loud, so it may not work for you in your favor. But give it a try, right? All depends on where you're rehearsing. Oh, thank you. Yes, Chris Michaels on TikTok says keep the music alive. Yes, this is the whole point of my talk actually on this topic, is how can we keep music alive? So thank you so much, Chris Michaels, for bringing up that point. Keep music alive. How do we keep music alive, right? And so, which leads to my final point: don't give up. Be creative. Try to be as creative as you can. Like I said earlier, just now, like maybe turn your rehearsal space into a place where you can live stream yourself too. Make sure you have like a good camera, a good setup, backdrop of some kind. Get all the gear ready and start rocking it out in front of the interwebs. Because think about it this way, right? I mean, I think I've expressed this before. Often for myself, I've always focused for most of my career musically, I focused mainly on my local scene. But what the 2020 pandemic has actually pushed me to do was to get myself out there and connect with music fans and musicians across the globe, around the world, different countries, right? America, Brazil, Colombia, the UK. I connect with musicians around those parts of the world, and honestly, it's been such a great experience. I really enjoyed it. Like, just like the way people think, the way people react to your material, and it's helped me gone beyond my musical local scene. And I'm really glad to have done that. And because of that, I was able to live stream myself performing and just get different reactions from people. And it's been a great experience, guys. Like, honestly, it has been. B-Dub says, your videos have helped me learn to play through this pandemic. Love your videos. Well, thank you very much, B-Dub. I'm really glad you enjoyed what I'm doing. And which goes back to what I actually want to talk about too. It is, this is an opportunity to be creative. Don't give up. Like I said in my final point here, don't give up and be creative. So for me, I've been using TikTok and link it to Instagram as well to give you guys tutorials on how to play certain songs in less than a minute, and they're just fast, easy songs that you play throughout the entire song, right? And I figure, because everyone's going to be at home during this whole COVID pandemic, let's make it useful somehow. Let's entertain each other, educate each other. So, platforms like TikTok and Instagram have been very helpful. YouTube, same deal, right? Like, you can do that and actually, create a wonderful new experience for would-be musicians. John on TikTok says they are awesome, by the way. No, thank you so much, John. I really appreciate that. So this is an opportunity for you guys, honestly, to get yourself out there on the internet. But like I said, yes, this goes back to the whole thing, though. Like, of course, even post pandemic, once this is all settled down, like I said, don't give up. Be creative. Which it links really well to all the points I've made earlier about network with other venues and support your fellow musicians and stay in touch with your community. Because, guys, you gotta think of it this way: an idea, any cool idea that you guys have, it actually may come in handy and help make the music scene better. So I know the first half of my talk, I was bringing out all the depressing, harsh reality about how music venue closures affect us as musicians, right? As music fans, how does that affect us? And I've went through all those depressing points already. And of course, the guys, thank you so much for walking, paying attention with me through this whole thing, and sticking around for there's a solution to this, right? There is hope. So like I say, everything is all community based. All these points I brought up here, it's totally community based. And I guess this all sums up this one thing: we need each other, guys. We really do need each other. And this is where you have to really be supportive and actually be there. Message your musician friends, message your followers who've enjoyed your material, ask them how they're doing, right? And same thing to all you music fans out there too. If you guys don't play instruments, but you do follow certain artists in your local scene or wherever it may be, message them and ask them how they're doing. Ask them, is there anything I can do to help you? Stay in touch with them, guys. Because with us being at staying at home right now, and with places closing down left and right, we gotta support each other somehow. And for that, community is the key to everything. A little while back, actually, I did a conference called, okay, forgive me if I mispronounce this. It was Pechakucha. It's one of those. It's like this conference where I was actually doing like a slideshow presentation. Of course, you get only you get 20 slides, but you get 20 seconds to talk about each slide. That was the premise of the slide of the presentations. Anyways, but I did a presentation called "Creativity Creates Community," and I would love to maybe one day on this podcast, I'll get a chance to actually talk to you guys about about my presentation. I'll do the presentation here on this podcast, Music Talk Mondays, on my topic on creativity creates community. I would love to talk to you guys about that one day. It'll happen. It will happen. We'll make it happen. But see, this goes back to my point about not giving up. Don't give up. Be creative, because that was a prime example. That event of gathering people together. It was a great turnout. The theater was full of people, and we get a chance to see people talk about their passions, their topic of choice that they're passionate about, in front of people, in front of tons of people. And it was great to see that. And this goes back to what I say. This is an opportunity to be creative and think outside the box a little bit. Get out of your comfort zone once in a while. And while utilizing your skills to take things to great levels. And I really hope that these points are helpful for you guys. I really hope they are. And I hope that this will help you rebuild the music scene again. Because right now, I can honestly say, I do miss playing live. I do miss playing to my friends, to my family, to all my followers who've enjoyed my musical journey so far. I do miss that. But I think in order to rebuild, let's gather as a community. Let's brainstorm together. Let's collaborate. Let's bring out some ideas. Build them, make it a reality somehow. We don't know how, but it'll happen somehow. And that's pretty much it for this topic, guys. So again, let's review. Oh, hold on, before I review. Mitch says, just wanted to say you're awesome, man. Keep doing you, my man. Thank you so much, Mitch, on TikTok. Thank you. I really appreciate the kind comment, my friend. So let's review. So going back to the first slide, so venue closures. So we know the harsh reality, it affects us negatively as musicians because it shortens opportunities for musicians to play. So we have less opportunities, missed opportunities as well. It creates that negative experience. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, what would have happened. It's a missing piece of our community. And the venue was a huge chapter of your life if it's been a good experience for you. So venue closures make that negative impact sometimes. But how do we overcome it? Again, back to the previous slide. We overcome the loss of music venues by sticking together as a community. Stay in touch. We support each other. Musicians should support each other as well. We network with venue owners for potential future opportunities. And we just don't give up. Let's try to be creative. Let's work together. Let's bring up some ideas and make things come to life. Make it happen. Hopefully all this stuff helps you guys today. Thank you guys for listening. Hope this is something, like I said, well, do I ride a bike or anything like that? So, yes, feel free to type in your questions right now. I just realized I got a mosquito bite here. Anyways, okay. So, I do produce my own stuff. Producers in a way, but we're more like bedroom producers because we have our own at-home recording gear basically, so it's very simple, nothing too fancy, not like those professional studios that have like these cool like whole 9 yards setup where it's like all these like cool microphones, drum kit, and everything like that. It's I would love to own a studio like that in the future. Lauren's asking what genre am I into. So I, like I said, I grew up as a rocker kid most of my life, but when I started playing cover bands, I had to, learn top 40 stuff, right? I had to, swallow my pride of interest and do something different to really get myself out there. So I did, which really helped me a lot, honestly. Lauren says that she doesn't go to concerts. Oh, it hasn't been in concert yet. Maybe not yet. Once concerts become a thing again, jump in on it. Go check out the concert if you can. Jason Daniels says, love your guitar tutorials. Thank you so much, Jason Daniels, on TikTok. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And make sure you tell your friends and family about the videos, about my channel. I'm so glad you guys love my channel. Like I said, when I first put that out there on my TikTok channel, I did not originally intend it to be something explosive and huge, but because again, thanks to the support from my friends and family who saw what I was doing, they told me it was very useful and helpful. They said I should keep going with it, and honestly, like I felt pretty good about that too. And so, there you go. I kept going with it. Lauren's asking me who is my favorite band. Of course, like it is always going to be like Nirvana, Metallica, bands like that. For the rest of my life, I grew up listening to that kind of stuff. But even like this past current decade right now, like my favorite ones are Sleeping with Sirens. I do enjoy Bring Me the Horizon as well. And who else is there? I grew up listening to new metal as well, so I do enjoy Slipknot. I do enjoy like Linkin Park, obviously. So all great bands as well. Hope you guys enjoy those bands too. If not, I love classic rock too. Don't get me wrong. Led Zeppelin, The Guess Who, The Who, a little bit of Eric Clapton, maybe some Rolling Stones. Of course, the Beatles. The Beatles are one of the greatest bands, right? The Beach Boys. Listen to all those guys too. Yeah, and let me know what bands you guys listen to. Let me know. I would love to talk about it. Lauren says her favorite band is CCR. Oh yes, of course. John Fogerty is an amazing songwriter. CCR, of course, Proud Mary is such a great song. But of course, I'll tell you though, Tina Turner did a really good job with Proud Mary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, she did a tremendous job with that. And I would love to say that Tina Turner, in my opinion, is the queen of rock and roll. She's got the chops. She's got the stage presence, the charisma and everything. And I think that is awesome. Like, she's done a really fantastic job of, just to be really entertaining, engaging with the audience, right? So to me, I think Tina Turner is like one of the coolest legends out there, in my personal opinion. So, so just let me know, so you guys just let me know about who your favorite bands are too. But again, like another survey question, like I asked previously, have you guys ever faced any music venue closures in your own hometown? And if so, which one was it? And how did that make you guys feel? Like, was it a very sad moment, or was it was it a kick in the face for you guys? Let me know how it is. I'm curious to know. Lauren says she loves Green River, one of her faves. Awesome. KJM Fam 6 on TikTok says that Tina is the queen of rock. Yes, good. I'm glad somebody else agrees with me on that. So that's awesome. That's very awesome. Awesome, cool. So, again, guys, this portion of our podcast is open Q&A or open discussion. Whatever you want to talk about, all things related to music. It can be about my topic for today. Again, my topic today was about how to overcome closures of music venues as a community in the music scene. We can talk further about that if we want to. I'm all ears. I do want to hear you guys' point of view too. Like, how did you guys deal with the situation where venues do close down? Like, how did you guys overcome it? Like, is there some solutions that you guys came up with to help rebuild the scene? What was it? Let me know. in Vancouver, Canada, it was a little. It's a pretty tough situation. Again, I don't want to get too much into it about ranting about our music scene in Vancouver. We've all, I think everyone's had their share of that already, and I'm sure people do have various solutions of how they've overcome that kind of stuff. But I want to hear about other parts of your world too. Has there been that shutdown? Has there been that time where your favorite go-to place is no more? It could even be during the pandemic as well, because places have shut down during the pandemic, and it's such a sad thing to go through, right? It is. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Hello, Mia Bear Streams is joining me on the Twitch live stream here. Thank you so much, Mia Bear Streams. Thanks for the raid party here. You are amazing. So again, thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this. This is the open Q&A portion of the podcast, Music Talk Mondays. So today's topic, we were talking about, in case you just missed it, we talked about the negative impact of music venue closures, especially here in our hometown. Like I said today, I talked about my favorite venue, Cottage Bistro, which was on May 29th. That closed down recently. But I'll love to hear your guys' stories about what venue closures you've faced that had a sad impact to you guys. But how did you guys overcome it? We'll love to hear that. Oh, KJM Fam on TikTok says the first concert was Rod Stewart in Vancouver back in the 80s. Awesome. I wish I could have seen Rod Stewart. I mean, I was too young for, to see him in concert, obviously. But I did see a Rod Stewart impersonator playing at the Peony, the Fair of the Peony back in 2009. And the guy came pretty close. He sounded almost like Rod Stewart, which is really cool. Thanks for the raid, Mia Bear Streams. I really appreciate that. Tattles Pal, thank you so much. I thank you guys so much for coming to say hi. So like I said, again, going back to what I was just saying, we've all overcome, we've gone through, especially in our hometown, Vancouver, we've gone through venue closures, and it was so unfortunate. But like I said, the whole thing right now with Cottage Bistro on May 29th being shut down. Or closing its doors, it's going to, it was such a kick in the gut for a lot of us, especially for those who love to jam and play shows at that area. But, like I said, the points I've made, in order to overcome this, we got to stick together as a community, stay in touch with each other through the internet, support each other. Any inside information we know about upcoming venues in the future, we have to get on that and network with people and just talk about how we can rebuild the music scene. So there you go. And again, like my point is, stay creative and don't give up. Creativity creates community, guys. It's true. Creativity does create community. Lauren says she's only 16, so the favorite bands don't really play anymore. Not today's music, by the way. Oh, Lauren's not into today's music. Wow, that's awesome. That's cool. Interesting that you like the classics for sure. That's awesome. And sometimes this happens. This is one of those things where sometimes music today may not appeal to everybody, but for some reason they love the old school stuff. There's a theory of why I feel that's the case, because when you think about today's music, or even like the last two plus decades, a lot of it is processed music, unfortunately, and people love records by Queen, by the Beatles. All the classic rock bands, for example, or even like, non-rock stars, even like, say, like think about blues players like B.B. King, Muddy Waters, all those people. It was not processed. Like you have witnessed raw talent, where there's no auto-tune, there's no cut and paste kind of deal. You're capturing a real live performance, and I think that's what makes records of the past really special. Type in the comments below if you agree with me on this. Do you agree? Like did people enjoy it because it's something about the magic of the actual live performance? Let me know, guys. And Lauren says, music that includes real instruments and not just soundtracks. Yes, I think there's a fine line, honestly, Lauren, between using some processed instrumentation, processed effects, but don't let it dominate the entire recording. Hopefully that makes sense. For myself, I would not mind using things like, if I were to, add like a little bit of samples here and there of something for sound effects reasons, I would not mind doing that, a little bit of that, but I'm not going to let it control and dominate and define the track itself, if that makes sense. I still want to showcase different instrumentation, just to showcase that we are utilizing real instruments and all that stuff too. So yeah, that's just my take on it when it comes to recording. But what's really great though when it comes to recording is you get to capture these cool moments of what people can do, and take it to higher levels, right? And but of course, what I think a really good producer does though is whenever he or she are amazing, right? There's good, but if you as a producer feel like you can take these musicians, these guitar players, these singers, these drummers to a whole new level, whether it be getting the singer to sing a much higher note, getting the bass player to do more funky grooves, I think a good producer has the ability to do that. A good producer does such a good job to see how far they can take these musicians. And when they do that to musicians, it means they see something awesome in them. They see something special and want to be able to help them get out of their comfort zone a little bit and take it to further, to greater heights. KJM fam says, I sound best in the shower. That's awesome. Lauren says, true. Thank you so much for agreeing with all the stuff I say, Lauren. I really appreciate that. Hopefully all you people on Twitch land and YouTube also are enjoying what I'm doing here, just talking about all things related to music. So let's see. Russell Lewis is asking, what am I talking about? It is the open Q&A portion of Music Talk Mondays. And I'm so glad to see you guys here. So, guys, feel free to put in any questions that you have in the comments section below about anything related to music. It doesn't matter if it's about your instrument, your favorite artists or bands or whatever, soundtracks maybe. Let me know. I'd love to hear some questions from you guys. I'm just so glad to be in a really cool platform. Actually, all three platforms where you guys have been really engaging. So for that, I thank you guys. So feel free to type in your comments below, any questions you have, anything you want to bring up. Let's talk about it, guys. This is Music Talk Mondays, and we talk about all things related to music. No judgment here, guys. Whatever your point you want to bring up, we're here to create dialogue. And that's what we want to do. So feel free, guys. While I'm waiting for you guys to bring up some more questions, again, if you guys want to stay in touch with me, I have a website. It's eddylandmusic.ca. That's my website. I also got Twitch. I got TikTok, of course. I got Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, all under the username eddylandmusic. So that is my username right there. And also let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how your day was. Let me know how it's been, including, of course, Tattles Pal, Mia Bear Streams, all those great people on there. Let me know how your day has been. I understand Mia Bear Streams has been streaming as well, which is great. You should follow her. Sometimes she does karaoke. Sometimes she plays some awesome games on Twitch. So make sure you catch her. It's MIA Bear Streams. Mia Bear Streams. Give her a follow, folks. Say hi. Send her a message. And stay in touch and be in the know of when she streams again, playing some really cool, fun games. It's really awesome. So I feel, one of the things we always feel like that we also miss. This is like, I know we talk about musicians and all that, but for me as a vocalist and for me at Bear Streams as a vocalist too, we both enjoy the love of karaoke. And right now, this is one of the things we look forward to once this pandemic is under control. So we hope that karaoke will be a thing again and that we can go up there. And because the thing is, the karaoke scene, in at least in Vancouver, we have such a really cool community, I think, in my personal opinion. I've met a lot of great people because of karaoke, and Mia Bear Streams and I, we've met because of karaoke. One of my good friends, and we were hanging out at this one venue, this one bar in the Commercial Drive area, and what was it, Mia Bearstream's friend left, and so she came up to us and said, "Can I join you guys?" And we said, "Why not? Why not? Because we love talking to people, we love meeting different kinds of people. That's how we are, For us, at least for me personally, I always love meeting different kinds of people. I love connecting with you guys on the interwebs. It's been a pleasure so far, and of course, Mia Bear Streams, it's been a pleasure getting to have you as a friend in our local music scene here in Vancouver. I can't wait to do karaoke again once this whole thing is all settled down. Mia Bear Streams says Mama is preggers with baby 63 in my Sims 100 baby challenge. Awesome. So, wow, this is, guys, when it comes to playing Sims on whatever video game system you guys play at, anything is possible in that game. You can do crazy things with Sims. You create your own life in there. It's really interesting. But yes, going back to what I say, yeah, karaoke has actually been one of my main fun communities too, besides the live music scene with musicians. But for me as a singer as well, I just love the fact that you can go out there, sing your favorite guilty pleasures, or sing your favorite song, whatever song it may be. But the fun part is also singing your favorite guilty pleasures and just entertaining the audience. And I'll go back to, and this goes back to what Mia Bear Streams and I we've talked about before too, is that the fun part at one of the karaoke venues we went to, it also feels like a cool dance party as well. So for me, there was a few times where I would sing like this really cool 80s song, and it gets the crowd going. The crowd comes up to the dance floor, they're dancing, they're all having a great time, right? And you see people, being all goofy, don't have a care in the world, and just having a great time basically. And it's awesome. I just love the fact that karaoke has that atmosphere where it's like a cool place to just go out there, dance, and have lots of fun, because we all have that common love for music. That's what it is, I think it's awesome. Mia Bearstream says there will be so much singing once karaoke comes back. I agree. Karaoke will be a thing again for sure. Of course, we got to be extra cautious, I guess, for the time being, before we slowly rebuild back to the format that we were always used to in karaoke. I remember like when karaoke did kind of come back for a little bit during 2020. What was the thing that they did? Like, you gotta like bring your own microphone foams, or bring your own microphone even in general, which to help stop the spread of any germs, right? And I guess it's helped for a little bit, but of course they have to play things safe to shut everything down for now. Of course, we can't do karaoke, but at least in the meantime, for us, at least for Mia Bear Streams and I, we stream ourselves, broadcast ourselves singing to karaoke tracks just to entertain you guys. And that's all we can do for now. But like I said, this goes back to my point in today's presentation. I was talking about be creative, right? And this is what we did. That I feel Mia Bear Streams did a good job with this too. So credit to Mia Bear Streams and other singers out there who've utilized karaoke tracks to sing along to people on the internet. I think that's amazing. That is such a great idea, and I hope to see more of that. I hope people take advantage of that opportunity to use these online platforms to sing your favorite songs to people. Even if you're YouTubing yourself, that's another great deal of content right there, guys. YouTube yourself, get yourself out there, and just sing your favorite songs. Just have fun doing it, and if people see that you're having a great time, they will follow, and they will see. Well, they will see that you're having a blast, and they will follow you. It's really true, and people can see that. I mean, whenever I see people have a good time, I sometimes at karaoke nights, I do come across people who may not be the best singers in the world, but they give it all they got. They put in so much energy. They got wonderful stage presence, and you can't help but feel entertained by that. And I think that's the beauty of karaoke. All the karaoke nights I've been to, whenever you see that even if it's just one kooky individual who's doing all these fun antics, who doesn't give a care in the world. They just want to have a good time. It's totally worth. It's totally worth it, guys. It's really worth seeing that kind of stuff. And if you feel the need to be like that too, by all means, you should go for it. Again, because music is all about expression, right? It's all about expressing yourself. It's all about that nice outlet of unleashing that inner rock star, that you've been wanting to release out to the world and be comfortable with it too. And I think that's really cool that karaoke does that. Here's the next survey question for you guys. What is your go-to karaoke song? So there we go. Let's talk about that. So all you people out here on TikTok and on Twitch, I know Mia Bear streams. You got a personal library of go-to songs. Feel free to share what are your go-to songs. I'd love to hear it. I'm sure all you guys have like some go-to guilty pleasures as well for karaoke. We all do. I'm sure we all do. Most of us, if not all of us, at least 99% of us have a go-to guilty pleasure song for karaoke. So whatever it is, guys, let me know. Type in the comments below. Let me know what it is that is your go-to guilty pleasure. We'd love to hear from you guys. So, actually, I'll list one of them too. Okay, so one of my favorite guilty pleasure songs right now, currently, I really enjoy singing "In the Navy" by the Village People. Actually, if you go to my Instagram, there's a little video clip of me singing "In the Navy" to random strangers on the website Omegle. It's so much fun. So basically, during the Christmas holidays, I spent a big chunk of my Christmas holidays going on Omegle and singing karaoke to a bunch of random strangers, which I know this is how I met some of my followers here on Instagram and TikTok and Twitch, is because I sang on Omegle, and I'm so glad you guys were highly entertained by that. So, Mia Bear Stream says her go-to karaoke song is "Poker Face" by Lady Gaga, and "Paparazzi" from Lady Gaga too. So the Lady Gaga catalog is really popular when it comes to karaoke, folks. It's very true. What's the other one that people always sing? "Bad Romance." That's another go-to song for a lot of people at karaoke, which is tons of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Lady Gaga is a very talented artist for sure. But mind you, Lady Gaga is also very versatile. Because here's someone like her who was classically trained on piano, right? One of the amazing piano player, modern day Mozart, in my personal opinion. But besides doing that, and besides doing her usual pop stuff, back in 2008 and beyond, you see her collaborate with Tony Bennett doing jazz music, right? She's got the voice for jazz too. But don't forget, a couple of years ago, she also collaborated with Metallica at the Grammy Awards, which I thought was uncalled for. But that was actually my personal favorite moment that I saw, despite James Hetfield's microphone not being functional. But if you actually watch even the rehearsal videos too, it was actually pretty good. But anyways, seeing Lady Gaga singing metal, I think she's got what it takes to do more rock stuff, honestly, and she should do more of that. But of course, we all know in the more recent years, her in the soundtrack for A Star Is Born singing country with Bradley Cooper. I mean, think about that. That song, "Shallow," that song really took off. I always say to my friends, it's like it's like how we used to admire Frozen's "Let It Go." This is like the new, "Let It Go," basically, in a way. Mia Bishop says, "Did she really? I did not know that." Yes. So for those who don't know, Lady Gaga did collaborate with Tony Bennett and Metallica at one point. So you should check it out. It's really cool. It's on YouTube, so you'll find it for sure. But yeah, but with her doing "Shallow" on A Star Is Born, with Bradley Cooper singing "Shallow." Sorry, I said it so many times. It's like, wow, so she can do country also. Really cool. If Lady Gaga could do a country album, I think it would be pretty cool. I would love to see that. See how that turns out. If she could collaborate with country singers like Luke Bryan or maybe Garth Brooks, Keith Urban even, or name another country singer that comes to mind, like Faith Hill, maybe Reba McEntire. Those people too. That can also be a possibility. So I think it'd be cool. I really do admire when artists do have a very versatile skill to be able to. I mean, not just cover bands that we see professionally play live at your local casinos or weddings and all that stuff. I mean, those guys are good for sure. Cover band artists, I think, are amazing people because they're so versatile, more versatile than I am. But it's cool to see that. One time I did see like cover bands where they're like, some of them are like 60-year-old guys, and yet they don't stay with playing classic rock, for example. They actually do top 40 stuff too, and it's cool to see that. Like, they got themselves out there. You can tell they must have got out of their comfort zone, and plus, besides the fact that they knew they were getting paid for this kind of stuff, but they got out of their comfort zone and actually went for it, and I think that's really cool. I really do admire that when the old folks get more versatile. Because I think even with me as an older person now, I'm getting pretty old. I think it's important for even older musicians to start, redefine, reinvent yourself somehow, and that's how you do stay relevant. That's how you, stay on top of things, right? And not feel like a dinosaur. But, even then too, for me, I said it before, I'm the kind of guy that respects the elders in the music scene, because they've been through a lot. They've gone through, they know the ins and outs of the music scene more than I do, right? So yeah, so I really do feel like it's important to respect our elders in the scene, and learn from them, basically. But anyways, sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked there. But like I say, yeah, cover band artists are really versatile. But I do admire even mainstream artists who try to get themselves out there to try different things as well. And even if they flop, at least hey, I've tried. We'll just go back to what I'm good at, but just try to be a little bit different somehow, but while still being consistent in a way. I think I talked about that during my talk. I did one episode where I was talking to you guys about Metallica, how back in the mid '90s, they had those two albums, Load and Reload. Wasn't the best, but you know what? Yeah, I mean, same thing with Saint Anger. That album, it wasn't really the best either. In fact, I was not a fan of Saint Anger. Of course, it was pretty, not really the best because of besides the snare, right? But I mean, you still gotta kind of give credit to Metallica for trying something, try something a little bit different to get themselves out there, because diversity can help you, or it just helps you learn what you can, what you may be capable of. That's the beauty of it. So yeah, but anytime when I do see artists, I'll try something different, even change their sound a little bit. If it does turn out really good and still complements them, they're onto something. I think it's really cool. So there you go. All right, guys. So I think this is an opportunity for me to end the stream right here today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my podcast. Again, I do this podcast on Mondays. It's Music Talk Mondays. Talk about all things related to music, artists, bands, instruments, songs, albums, soundtracks, more. If there's any topic you guys want me to talk about too, let me know. You can send me a message on either Instagram or even here on Twitch. Thank you, Mia Bear Streams too for attending, and all your friends, all the amazing friends on here. You guys are amazing people. Thank you, everybody on Twitch. Thank you, everybody on TikTok. Thank you, everybody on YouTube for tuning in. You guys are amazing people. Again, I talk about all things related to music. Any topics you want me to talk about, let me know, guys. I would love to do an insight discussion about whatever topic it is music related. I would love to do that. Anything you also want me to talk more about for my previous topics as well, let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. I know people, last time, a couple weeks back, I was talking about wrestling and music and how they do so well together, how music plays a huge role in wrestling. I would love to do more talks about that. I know some of you guys messaged me and they said, you guys said, I would love to do more discussions about this kind of stuff. I would love to for sure. But, anything you guys want me to bring up that's worth talking about, I would love to. Let me know, guys. Message me on Instagram or on Twitch even, and I would love to talk more. I would definitely love to. Speaking of keeping in touch, so again, before I sign off, again, my website is eddielandmusic.ca. That's my official website. On there, I got Twitch, I got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, all under Eddie Land Music. If you do enjoy today's stream, I do accept PayPal donations. It's paypal.me/EddieLandMusic. If you want to join my Patreon and you want me to create some things like, birthday shout-outs or anything like that ongoing, let me know. You can subscribe to my Patreon, patreon.com/EddieLandMusic. I really appreciate what you guys are all doing. You guys are an amazing crowd. I hope you guys enjoy me trying to do my radio voice here. Again, I find that this is an opportunity just to sit down with you guys and talk about all things related to music, because it's all thanks to you guys on all these platforms that you guys want to. You have all these burning questions, and I figure it's only fair that this is an opportunity to do a podcast like this, to sit down with you guys and just have a chill night, talk about all music related stuff, including things about, like I said, instruments, songs, albums, you name it. We can talk about that. And I will try to answer your questions to the best of my abilities. I find the open Q&A part is always pretty fun, just to, I know you guys want to get to know me more, and I want to get to know you guys more too, so it's really cool. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. With that being all said, stay in touch, stay safe, and keep staying awesome. Have a good night.